Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to read a second chapter in U2. And so this chapter that I'm going to read to you today is called Think Beyond What Common Sense Would Allow. And that's what it is all about. When you want to make a quantum leap, you have to believe or you have to think about what you were thinking about until today. Because whatever you thought until today gave you the result where you are today. So you have to go a little bit beyond that. Most of us can find flying too close to the ground. Too often we don't give ourselves permission to soar. It's true. It's time to start focusing on possibilities rather than on limits or obstacles. Making a quantum leap means moving outside your mental boundaries. If you will rethink how you're thinking, you can multiply your performance potential. You must let your desires guide you, instead of allowing yourself to be boxed in by perceived constraints. It is very important to know what your desires are. And then when you desire something, you can go above and beyond. You know, when you want something, let's say you want a dress, the dress that you really desire, you want to wear that dress on that party. But it's a little bit on the expensive side. When we really desire that dress, we will make it happen. We will get to the point that we find a way to buy that dress, or we go the second that we desire it. And then it happened to me multiple times when I really wanted a piece of clothing that I thought was too expensive, that I didn't want to spend, but I really wanted it. And then I went back and there was a discount. It was like a 20% off. And even I had even 50, 60, 70% off. Because if you desire something, and you've really put all that intention and thinking and feeling into it, it will come to you. That's the law of attraction. So seeking the quantum leap means violating the boundaries of the probable. It means achieving well beyond the obvious. So don't limit your desires to what you think you can have. Start going after what you want. This means you must give yourself permission to dream, to risk. You must set yourself free. A lot of us, we just think too small. We think with our common sense what it is that we want. We will not want a big mansion if we are not making more than $50,000 a year. We know logically it's not working, but that's not how life is meant to be. You can get that, you can get anything you want in life as long as you desire it enough. And as long as you put your limited beliefs on the side. A 10 or 20% improvement isn't the idea at all. Let's say you say, I earn 50,000 a year. Now I'm going to have a 20% increase the next year. It only makes it to 60,000. So that's not going to get you to the big mansion with the swimming pool. So you have to do better than that. That would represent only incremental gains. That might be an impressive performance in some situations, like a 20% raise is not bad. Like if you were unusually obstacles or a very difficult set of circumstances, but while such a goal might be challenging, it would not represent a quantum leap. Instead, an additional 10% or so, a quantum leap produces a dramatic and multiple gain, an exponential increase, going from 50,000 to 500,000. That is a quantum leap, and even more. Quantum leaps are by definition rather astounding, certainly unconventional. Don't get the idea that absolutely anything you can think of is possible. It isn't. But in some areas of your life, what lies within your reach is enough to stagger the mind. You can double your level of success, triple it. Far beyond that, you can leverage up to your performance to the second or the third or the fourth power or beyond. True, there are limits, but you don't need to worry about them. Your real limits are far beyond your artificial mental boundaries. That's true. The real limits won't box you in, but the false one will carry you around in your mind as a self-imposed prison. So how do you break out of that jail through surrender. Oh boy, do I love the word surrender, but also do I know how hard that is. You have to forfeit some of your old beliefs and sacrifice some of those sensible thinking patterns. So-called common sense can be a curse that puts a ceiling on how far you reach or how high you fly. U2, the quantum leap strategy, is based on uncommon sense. Okay, so this was it for today. And if you want to know more about U2, I'm going to read a couple more chapters. So stay tuned.